Hey guys, welcome to Blazing Guitars, where we talk about worship, music, gear, guitar, and everything in between. My name is Blaze Nelson, and today I wanted to talk a little bit about how to handle criticism as you're leading a worship team. I know that can be really challenging, and I faced it a couple times since I've been doing it, and I thought it'd just be good to sit down and maybe give some thoughts and some encouragements on how to press forward with that. So before we jump into it, don't forget to like and subscribe. If you have any questions, comments, thoughts, or concerns, please leave a comment below and I will get back to you. If you'd like to support the channel and what I'm doing here, you can do so on Patreon, which is linked in the description below. And without further ado, let's get into it. So the first thing that I would do if I receive criticism or when I receive criticism is to try and remove myself from being personally affected by it and personally hurt by it. What's easy to do is when you receive criticism to take it very personally and to kind of lash out and close your ears and not take it at all and just say, man, that person is dumb, or they don't know what they're talking about, or any number of things. Instead of doing that, I think what's important is to slow down and to remember that you're both on the same team. The person who gives you criticism and you are both in the same church, in the same body, and hopefully fighting for the same things. And so it's probably not said in a way to destroy you or to deflate you, but it's probably said in the heart of trying to make things better and trying to move forward together. So if you can, try and remove yourself from being personally affected by that. I know that's really challenging, especially with criticism. It can be really hard to remove yourself. But if you can do that, then it gives you a chance to listen to it and actually take it for what it is. And remember that that person is not your enemy. We have an enemy, and it's not your brother or sister. So remember to keep them in the right spot. They're not against you. They're not fighting against you. You both are fighting against the same spiritual powers, and you both are working towards the same goal, hopefully. So that would be the first step. The second thing is that I would evaluate whether or not the criticism holds any water. And you have to do this really humbly, and maybe, again, that's why the first step is so important, because if you can come at it without being personally affected or personally offended, then it gives you the opportunity to work through it slowly and to see if it's valid at all. And if it's valid, try to learn from it. There's a good chance that it's going to be something small or something that you can maybe try to tweak and fix. But see if it holds any value in any way. Ask your band members, talk to your pastors, talk to your leaders, talk to your family. See if there's anybody that is like, hey, you know what, brother? Yeah, you can learn from that. You can grow from that. And if you can, try to implement that. Try to come up with some ways, get some accountability in that area, and move forward and take that criticism to heart. Again, assume that it was said in love and assume that there's something that you can take from it. And if you do, what that does is that helps a lot of the criticism to kind of melt away. Because if you can walk at it humbly and people see that, then they're going to be for you and you'll all be working for the same team. The final thing that I think is important to do is to make sure that you are in tight community with your church leadership. Make sure that you guys are pushing towards the same thing and the same goals, and that you are on the same page. Because what that does is that gives you backup if you get some harsh criticism that might not be warranted. Because what you can do is you can say, listen, brother or sister, I'm working with the church leadership to try to get this goal, and we're on the same page. If there's something that you don't like, feel free to take it up with church leadership, because I know that we're on the same page on this. So that has to go up a level above you. So what that does is that really allows you and gives you freedom to stand under the protection of the authority that you're under and let your authority deal with that criticism. Again, you want to come at this super humbly, but sometimes there's criticism that's not warranted. And if you are working closely with church leadership, that gives you the safety net to be able to either let that criticism fall to the wayside or to take what you can learn from it and move forward. I hope that was helpful. I know that criticism is never easy to receive, and I hope that those tips and tricks were helpful and can give you some good steps to take forward when you do receive criticism, because it will happen. And if you have any questions or would like to open up a conversation, please leave a comment below. And yeah, I think this is important to learn how to do this kind of stuff. The relational aspect of leading worship and doing worship music is the most important part of this. Music is fun and music is great, but if the heart's not there or the community's not there or there's disunity, then it's all for nothing. Because if we can't love each other, then we're not doing much. So if you found this helpful, please like and subscribe, and thank you for watching, and we'll talk to you next week. Thanks.